Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we're going to do a little get ready with me using all the products that I pulled in this past Makeup Basket Monday series. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually conceal some of the redness I have going on my skin. You guys know I do have acne prone skin, which tends to not only leave behind scars but some redness that needs to be kind of concealed. So I'm going to conceal a little bit of that, which is going on here and here. But it's not as bad as it was. I'm sure you guys, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you can probably tell that my skin is getting better, which makes me very happy. So I'm going to use the It Cosmetics, it's the Bye Bye Redness. This is the original one that they came out with, so it's not the newer one where they have a bunch of different colors. So if you want to get different colors, you can totally do that now. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this, and you only need a little bit because this stuff is it's not thick, it's just very pigmented. So it will definitely conceal any kind of redness you have going on. So I'll put it on and then I'm going to dab it in with the Beauty Blender to help conceal that redness going on. And you'll see it almost immediately disappears. It's almost gone. Look at that. Amazing. I love this product, especially for days when I want to go like kind of full glam, where I want my makeup to look a little more flawless, where I don't want to see any kind of redness going on. So I really like it for that. You guys, I made a big boo-boo yesterday. We decided to build a fire pit. Oops, my little thing dropped. We decided to build a fire pit, and so I thought, you know, let's roast some marshmallows. So I was like, yeah, that'd be really good. So we have these metal stakes that you're supposed to use to like put your marshmallow onto. It's like a tong. So I put the marshmallow in there and I had it roasted. And then the next thing you know, I was like, hey, my marshmallow's done. So I went to blow off the fire off of it and put the marshmallow in my mouth. And then I realized I had touched the metal with my mouth. Look at my lips. Here, 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 and here. I have burned my lips so bad that I cannot wear any kind of lip product for now. So I won't be using a lipstick today, unfortunately, because I need to let that heal before I put anything on it. I don't want to put anything on it and cause any kind of infection or anything. So, yes, that was wonderful. So now the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put my foundation on. The foundation I'm going to be using is the Josie Maran Vibrancy. Forgot to tell you guys too, I did go ahead and the only thing I used as a primer today was a little bit of sunscreen. So I'm not really priming my face. I'm just going to put this on. This one is a different shade than the one I had in my Ipsy. This is in the shade Adventurous. And you're supposed to shake this up pretty good. I already shook it, so it's nice and shaken. Shaken like a margarita. Or is that a margarita? Is it a margarita? No. Martini? I don't even know. You guys can tell that I drink very often, right? So I'm just going to start pouncing this in with my Beauty Blender. This is a little too yellow for me, but I make it work. This is what happens when you order foundation online and you don't actually go into the store and try to pick out your foundations to make sure that they match you. I realize my skin tone is more neutral than it is yellow. It's just one of those things. It's like a learning thing. You have to learn what your skin tone is. It's hard to figure it out. It really is. Heck, I even did the foundation where they match you. I don't remember what the name of it was. Where they match you by doing all these different steps through your phone app and everything. That did not work. They sent me foundation twice and both times it was not my color. And I'm like, what the heck? So yeah, that didn't work out at all for me. So now I'm just going to finish pouncing this in. I love this foundation though. If you have very dry skin and you just want to look glowy and vibrant, this is definitely going to help you look glowy and vibrant. I love the way it looks on the skin. And then once it sets into your skin, I think it looks even better. I think when you first put it on, it kind of feels like it's setting on top of the skin. But then once you've had it on for a little while, I just think it's one of those foundations that the more you wear it, the better it looks. I love this foundation. I think it's really, really good. Make sure I get it up in the hairline and everything, close to my ears, and not on my lips. I do not need it on my lips today. My lips are very sore. So I don't know if you can tell or not, but it did a really good job of covering it, especially combined with the Cosmetics Bye Bye Redness. So I feel like it's covered pretty well. But again, I do look a little bit yellow. I look a little bit Oompa Loompa-ish, but that's okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and start on my eyeshadow. So the first thing I'm going to do is conceal my eyelids. And I'm going to use the Kat Von D. Instead of using a primer this week, I'm going to use the Kat Von D. This is the Lock It Concealer. I don't like it as a concealer, but I do like it as an eye primer. So it works good as that. Just going to use it like this week. that's how it's gonna work. I think it's time to toss this beauty blender. It's got little holes all over it. It's got little cracks and crannies all over it. It's not supposed to look like a Thomas English muffin. And it actually does. So I think it's time to toss this one. Although it's still working, so I guess the little cracks and crannies aren't hurting it too bad. I'm just bringing it down a little bit because I did put a little too much on. That makes a huge difference, I think, when you are putting your makeup on to actually get it spread in very well. So now I'm going to open up. We're going to be using the Tarte. This is called the, what the heck is this called? This is called the, oh my gosh, does it even say on the box? What the heck is this called? I think it's called the Treasure Box or something like that. It doesn't even say on the packaging, so that's wonderful. So this looks like this when you open it up. It's very, very pretty. You get all your shadows in the middle. Then on the side, you're getting your blushes, your highlight, your contour or bronzer colors. And then over here, you've got lip products, you've got a mascara, and you've got an eyeliner. So you're getting tons of products in here. So this, so far, I've used it several times this week, and I've loved the looks that I've come up with. I will tell you that they're a little bit powdery, so just kind of keep that in mind. Nothing like the Subculture palette that everybody was like freaking out about because it was super, super powdery and kind of was like beyond belief on how powdery it was. This one is not quite that powdery, but it is powdery, so I'll show you. I'm going to go in at first using a Zoeva. This is a concealer brush, but I'm going to use it to set my eyelids. I'm going to use the shade right here, which is Utopia. So you'll see that it's just a tad powdery, but it's nothing horrendous. So can you see the powder kick up right there? It's, like I said, it's nothing horrendous, so you're not going to be like, oh my gosh. It's just got a little bit of powder kickback. And that's okay with me. I'm okay with a little bit. As long as the shadows are still pigmented, I really don't care. So I'm just going to put this on. It's got a little bit of a pink undertone in this, but it still is going to work. I'm just setting my eyelids, and I'm going to go back in and get a little bit more, and then do the same thing on this side. Set, set, set. There's several different shades in here I can use to set with, which I really do like that too, because I feel like that's the shade I use the most of, because I feel like setting my eyelids really helps to make my my shadows blend out better. So I'm happy there's several shades in here that will work for that, because that's typically the shade that I start to feel like I'm going to run out of. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a Tarte brush. This is the curved one. This is the one that's like really funny looking. I have two of them. I have this one and, well, maybe here it is. And I have a purple one. So I have two of the little curved ones, but I love these brushes. The one's a little bit more fluffy, and the other one's not quite as fluffy. Let's use the fluffy one because I think I like that one better anyway, especially for doing crease work. So I'm gonna clean it off using my color switch, making sure that there's no powders on here. And when you use a color switch, you can tell after you use it, like there's nothing left on your brush. Your brush is clean. It may not look clean, but it's clean. You're not gonna get any kind of other residual products on your brush. Now I'm gonna use the shade Cloud 9. I'm gonna start right here and just tap into that, tap it off, and just start building a crease color. And I'm gonna bring it up pretty high. I'm gonna open my eye when I do it because I like to open it since I do have hooded eyelids. I feel like that helps to know what you can see and what others can see when they look at my eye makeup. So I'm just gonna bring it up like this. You can tell this palette is very pigmented though. I mean, already you can tell that it changed, almost changed the eye color that I had. My eyes almost look blue. And they're not, they're green, but they're like, I guess I kind of change colors depending upon what I wear. So just gonna put this over here on the other side. I am loving this palette though. I love the way it smells too. It smells so good. It smells like vanilla cake mix. Makes me hungry. It makes me hungry. So this week has been a little bit crazy for me. Hopefully my husband doesn't watch this video. I'm sure he probably won't. But I'm planning a surprise party for him. So I'm trying to get everything prepped and ready because he turns 40 on Monday. So I'm trying to get everything prepped and ready because I'm having a big party at our house over the weekend. So hopefully everything goes as planned and I can surprise him, because so far I've kept it a good secret. He doesn't know anything, and I've got like 45 or 50 people now that are coming, which is amazing. That makes me very happy. So let's just pray he doesn't watch this video and then it'll spoil it. That would suck, right? He doesn't typically watch my Get Ready With Me though. He will watch some of them. He's mentioned things that I've mentioned in videos, and he'll tell me like, hey, I saw you use this and did you like that? And it's funny because I'm like, really? You watched it? Now I'm going to go in with a Luxie brush. This is the Tapered blending brush. And I'm going to clean off my brush here. I just saw the UPS man just drive down the road. He's dropping off a Sephora package for me. That makes me happy. Now I'm going to go in. I haven't really decided what I'm wearing today. I'm not dressed for the day. I haven't done my hair or anything. So let's see. Let's decide what we're going to use. Are we going to use the cooler tones down here or the warmer tones up here? Which is something else that I really like about this palette. They have it kind of split off. Down here is mostly your cool tones. Up here is mostly your warm tones. So makes it easy to kind of do an eye look. I think I'm going to stick with warmer tones. You know what? I've done a lot of warm tone looks lately. Let's do a cool tone look. I haven't done one of those in a while. Clean off my brush again. And now I'm going to go over here and use the shade Adventure. Adventure is like a blue shade. And you can probably see the little bit of the kickback that had happened right there. And that's okay. So now I'm just going to start putting this. I mean, look, I'm barely touching my eyelid. You can see I'm barely even touching, and it's coming off really, really well. So it definitely has some pigmentation to it. So if you're worried that this palette is not going to be pigmented, it totally is. The other great thing about this palette is that it was not made in China, which most of their holiday products in the past were made in China, which is why I think a lot of the quality wasn't as good, because I don't know how they're made there, but this was not made in China. I think it was actually made in, let me see where it was made. I'll tell you guys. This was made in, okay, so it was made in the USA. Wait. The eyeshadow, blush, highlighter, bronzer, lipstick are made in the USA. The eyeliner is made in China. It says the mascara was manufactured in Italy, and it was assembled in Taiwan. So it's been kind of all over the place, this whole little product was. But most of the products were not made in China. They were made in the USA, which is really good. Now I'm going to go back in to this shade right here, Adventure, and do the other side. I'm just going to tap off. And then we're going to blend it into the outer portion of my eye. And then bring it in just a little bit. It's a pretty blue. It's like a, almost like a smoke blue. I'm going to swatch this whole palette out for you guys on Monday when I do the Makeup Basket Monday. So if you guys are interested in seeing the entire palette swatched out, you'll have to stay tuned for that. I will be swatching it at that point to let you guys know my final thoughts on the palette and everything. I don't want to give it a final thoughts today, but so far, I mean, I'm really enjoying it. So if you're thinking about getting it, I'd say it's not bad at all. It's actually really nice. So I don't know, these makeup companies I think were disappointing us for a long time, and now they're finally deciding, hey, you know what? If we want to keep our customers, we might want to give them better quality products. So I think that they finally are listening to us, letting us, you know, they're understanding that we're not happy with some of the things that they were doing. Like the last Too Faced palette, which was the Just Peachy palette. That was amazing. That was probably the best palette I've ever tried from Too Faced, to be honest with you. I love that palette so much. I think that is probably going to be a holy grail palette for me for the year. I absolutely love that palette. And this one right here, like I said, it is not disappointing whatsoever so far. So I am very happy. I'm spending a little bit longer on my eyes today just because I feel like sometimes I kind of rush through the eye looks when I do the Get Ready With Me. And then I feel like on the days when I'm not recording, I feel like I do a better job just because I don't feel so rushed. So if this is so long for eye, I'm sorry. But this kind of gives you an idea too how long it would typically take someone to create an eye look. So that's the other thing that's helpful. Now I'm going to go in and put something on the center part of my lid, and we're going to stick with these cool tones. So I'm going to go over here to Joyride, and I'm going to put that onto the center of my eyelid. And I'm just going to find a flat shader brush. I was trying to say flat shader and find at the same time. So I said find. It's a new word. It's a new word. That's okay. One of my subscribers told me to have a greasy weekend, and it was hilarious. We were like laughing at each other about it. We were like, yes, we should all have a greasy weekend. That was really funny. Okay, so I'm just going to put this down, and this is not wet or anything, and I mean, it's already, look at the pigmentation to it. Can you imagine if I wetted my brush, how much more intense this would have looked. It would have just been really, really bold. So look at that. That is just gorgeous. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit. I feel like you're really far out. So hey, come closer. Now you go. Is that a little bit better? Now you guys can see all my little imperfections. Sorry guys, the battery died, so hopefully the color didn't change too much and things like that. I know sometimes when my camera cuts off, I turn it back on and the color's a little bit different, so hopefully nothing changed. But I've only done the one eyelid still so far. I'm going to go back into that shade, which is Joyride, with my flat shader. This is actually a color brush that my friend Brittany sent me. So I'm just going to put that on. And look at that pigmentation. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. Now I'm going to deepen up the outer V and using my, this is the Too Faced, this is a contour brush. So I'm going to use that and I'm going to deepen up the outer V going back into Adventure. And this is a little bit more of a dense brush, so it's going to be perfect for making it a little bit more bolder right here, which is where I wanted to make it a little bit more bold. I want it to blend it out more in the beginning, and now I'm going to bolden it a little bit, intensify it, and then we're going to blend just a little bit. I want to keep it as bold as I can without making it look like it's too much definition between the two colors. We're going to just tap it in right there. And then I'm going to use the same brush right here. I'm going to put my palette down because it's hard for me to blend. I don't know why. I'm not using this hand, but it's hard for me to blend when I'm holding something. I'm really weird. So I'm going to blend that out and blend it in. Do you see how I kind of take it in towards the center and then also out a little bit? So I'm just pulling it in and out. That sounded kind of dirty. Okay. Now I'm going to do the other side. And we're going to do the same thing. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm like wiping it off into my color switch. That way there I feel like I'm not transferring any more powder onto my eyelids. So there is how that turned out. I really like this eye look actually. You know, I always said that I don't like cool tones, but this one actually turned out pretty nice. Not too shabby. Now I'm going to go in and use my Kat Von D Trooper liner. This is the one that's like the, I guess it's the only one she has. No, she has more. She has more liners. So I'm going to go in and use this. I got the vamp stamp thing in the mail, but I think I might have picked the wrong size. It's so big for my eyelids, and if you have hooded eyelids, you don't want to make a huge line with your eyeliner because that's just going to make your eyelids look even smaller. You want to try to make them look bigger, not smaller. So I'm not sure that vamp stamp's going to work for me, the one I got anyway. I like to make it as thin as I possibly can. Sometimes I have to go back over and then it ends up getting a little bit thicker. There we go. I'll try to even this out a little bit here. If my voice sounds a little bit raspy, it's because I am still dealing with allergies. I think the weather and everything changing, I'm just not feeling the best. Oh, look at that, how I like skipped right there. Do you see where it skipped? That looks awful. Let me fix that. I'm just going to kind of stamp it right there, see if that helps fix it. It's what happens when you have eyelids that are starting to get a little bit more older. Let's see if I can fix that some. That looks a little bit better. It's not perfection, but guess what, guys? That's okay by me. I'm not perfect. Never made any claims for that. Now I'm going to go back into this palette. I'm going to use the blush, the highlight, and everything in here. First, what I want to do is show you guys this right here. I'm going to contour a little bit. Something I don't typically do, which is the Milani Contour Highlight Stick. I don't like the highlight. I'll tell you guys that off the bat. I do not like the highlight. The highlight, I feel like it pulls my foundation back off my face. And I'm like, what the heck? I just spent all that time putting my foundation on. Why would I want to pull it back off? Do you see where my hand was when I was holding my face to do my eyeliner? So now I'm just going to put some lines and then kind of draw in a contour. And then I'm going to blend this out. And that is the contour side of the stick. So now I'm just going to pounce that in with the Beauty Blender. And it's not anything that's dramatic. I feel like it just gives you a little bit of color, a little bit of contour, and I'm going to bring it down like you would typically for a contour, and I'm going to pull it back too. So I'm pouncing and pulling back. I just feel like it gives you a more pretty bronzy glow, but I didn't do a deep contour, so it's not anything that's dramatic. Okay, I still need to do my brows, which let's do that quick because my brows are looking a little crazy. You know what? I do not have a brow product. Let me grab one. Oh goodness, let's grab the drawer. So for brows, just to make it easy, I'm going to just use the Benefit. This is the GimMe Brow. I'm going to use this to just do some quick brows. And I'm just going to put this on. And all this has is like some little fibers in it. And it just helps to kind of define your brows a little bit more. Oops, do you guys hear that? My tummy is rumbling and it's coming up through my throat. That sounded really weird. I sounded like a little frog. Okay. I'm just trying to thicken it up a little bit more right here in the front part where I don't have a whole lot of brows to begin with. So I'm going to go back over here and do this side. And you just want to use a very light touch with this, in my opinion. I just very lightly put it on. And it just really helps to just more or less define your brows a little bit. Gives them some color, and it adds a little bit of the fibers in here to help make your brow hairs look a little bit thicker. Okay, that's good enough. Good for me. If it's good for me, I hope it's good for you guys. Okay, I'm not going to use that highlight like I said on the Milani stick because I just don't enjoy it. It's not that great. Now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to, actually let's conceal under my eyelids. I'm like all over the place today, guys. Hope you guys don't mind. I feel a little, not that I'm frazzled. I don't know why. I'm just not with it today. Do I not have a concealer either? Oh my gosh. I must have been putting things away this week as I was using them. That's not very smart. So as for concealer, I'm going to use the Naked Skin by Urban Decay. I'm going to use this. I'm just going to go like that. I think it's planning. I think it's the party planning has got me a little frazzled. I think that's what's going on. I'm just so worried that I'm not going to be able to pull it off or that I'm going to forget something. So not only is my husband's birthday next week, my son's birthday is next week. My son turns 19. So they're both having birthdays next week. Okay. My son does not like parties though, so if you're curious if we were throwing him a party, probably not. I probably will not be allowed to throw him a party until like his 21st or something like that because he does not like parties. But for big ones, I usually throw some sort of party, even if it's just a little family get-together. He's just not a party person. Okay. I set that using my all-time favorite, the Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. You guys know I love this product. Look how much I only have left. I have like hip pan. It's like almost empty. And this is just a little sample size. I need to buy one of those. I need to just do it. I don't know why I haven't done it yet because I love it so much. It really does work good for me. I need to do my brow bone too. I told you guys I'm a little frazzled this week. I don't know what the heck's going on here. What in the world am I doing? So I'm going to clean off my little sperm whale brush. This is the one that they call it, a sperm whale brush for real. That's what it's called. It's just a weird name in my opinion. I'm going to use the shade Thinker. I think it's what it says. Nope, it says Trinket. I might need glasses. I'm going to use the shade Trinket and then just do a matte brow bone highlight. Put that here. And then I'm going to do it again on the other side. And then we're going to, see, I didn't want it super highlighted. I want it to still blend in. Now I'm going to go ahead and do blush. And for blush, I'm going to use this palette. I'm going to use the deeper shade right here. Actually, let me show you what the lighter shade looks like first, just in case you were curious. Actually, you can't even see it, can you? So here's the lighter shade. So I'm going to dip in there first so you can kind of see how that looks on the skin, just in case you were curious if you have a skin tone similar to mine. So there is the lighter shade, and then we're going to put it on so you can see what it looks like on the skin. Do you see? It's very pretty. It's a very pretty color. I could almost just go with that, honestly. And then on the other side, I'm going to do the darker side. I'm going to do the darker toned, if you can see. And I'm going to do that over here. So there's the difference between the two. It's not a whole dramatic difference. So now I'm just going to kind of blend them together because I've got, whoops, put a little too much right there. I'm starting to look like a doll face. Put a little bit on my nose. You guys know I like it on my nose because it kind of gives you that effect that looks like you're out in the sun. Now I'm going to do, because I put a little too much right here. If you ever do too much of anything, any of your makeup products, your beauty blender comes in super handy. Just kind of blend it out a little bit. It helps to kind of erase your mistakes. So now I'm going to highlight. I'm going to use the highlight that's in here. I'm going to use this Luxie. This is a Luxie tapered highlighting brush. I'm going to tap into here and then highlight. It's a very pretty highlight. It's not a very dramatic highlight, so if you're looking for a more dramatic highlight, this is not dramatic. It's just a subtle highlight, which is what I prefer in the first place, so I'm happy it's not a dramatic highlight. I don't want a very dramatic one. Take it down the bridge of my nose, over here, and that's it for that. And it looks like I need to set my forehead right here. It looks a little bit greasy from the Josie Maran is very, it's not greasy, it just looks very hydrating. So I want to set my forehead a little bit right there. So I'm going to go back into the It Cosmetics. I'm just going to set it just a tad, just so I don't look super shiny. I don't mind dewy looking skin, but that was looking a little bit like I had been sweating, like I'd already worked out or something. So, and I haven't done that for today yet. I need to do that still. Okay, now I need to do mascara, so I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I'm going to use this little curling thing. I'm going to pump it a couple times. And I'm going to come to the other side and pump it. And then there we go, there's that. And now I'm going to do my mascara. I'm going to give this another shot. This is the Lancome Mr. Big. It's called something else, but I just call it Mr. Big, which Mr. Big reminds me of Sex and the City. If you guys ever watch Sex and the City, then you guys probably love that name too. I love that show. That is like the best show. Besides Gilmore Girls, I love Gilmore Girls too. I saw they have a Gilmore Girls box, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to try that box. I really want to try the Gilmore Girls box. They come with all different things that are like Gilmore Girls like memorabilia. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need that. I love that show. That's such a good mother-daughter relationship. Okay, there's one side. I'm gonna go over here and start on this side. I tried this again this week and I was like, you know what? It's not as bad as I thought it was. I think sometimes after you've let a product set for a little bit, I think it works a little bit better. Especially for me, who's someone who sucks at mascara. So sometimes if I let it set for a little bit, I feel like it works better for me. Because it is not as wet. And since I am so messy with mascara, if it's very wet, then it goes everywhere. I can end up putting mascara in my eyebrows and then that just looks real pretty. Okay. There we go. It's good enough. Good enough for me anyway. And now I'm going to let it dry because I did get a little on my eyelids. You guys know that's just a typical thing that I do. And now I'm going to go back in using my blush brush. I'm going to clean it off using the color switch. You don't have to use the color switch just for eye products. You can use it for your face brushes too. So just in case you didn't know that, I just wanted to tell you. Now I'm going to go into the other side over here and I'm going to use this one here has a little bit of a shimmer to it. I'm going to use the matte side and I'm going to tap into that and I'm just going to bronze up a little bit all over using my blush brush. See this? This is the way, if you have one of these color switches, or if you have a way to clean your brush off just to get the powders off, you don't have to carry so many brushes with you when you travel. Which for me is always a great thing, because I hate taking like a bunch of brushes because I'm always afraid that I'm going to lose them. Okay, now I need to, hopefully that's dry enough. And like I told you guys, I can't put any kind of lip product on my lips. Let me see if I have a chapstick that maybe I can put on. Some sort of healing lip product. Let's see, we have the Fresh Sugars. They should work. They should be okay. Nope, that's the Rose. That's tinted. That's not going to be good at all. Here we go. This is a healing one, I think. Advanced lip treatment. So here we go. Here's a fresh, it's a white one. And this one's clear. So I can at least do that. Do you see how bad they are? Oh, they hurt. So no lip products for me for this week. I need to get the foundation off my lip though. You know what? We're just going to go with it. It's okay. I'm not going to be touching my lips too much, I'm afraid. They hurt so bad. Ooh, that made my lips look almost whited out. That looks weird. I'll rub it in a little bit with my fingers. My fingers are clean, so no infection there. Okay, that actually feels better too. Feels more hydrated. Doesn't feel so bad now. What's the last thing I need to do, guys? Oh, clean my mess up with my mascara. So let me grab my little handy dandy bowl of Q-tips back here. And then we're just going to clean that off. Clean this mess up. Anywhere where that I got it. This also helps to kind of blend your eyeshadow in a little bit. So if you don't want it quite so bold, it will kind of take a little bit away. Alright, and I need to do my bottom lash line. Why don't you guys tell me I didn't do my bottom lash line? Gosh, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, now I'm going to use something different on the bottom lash line than the blue. I'm going to use this green down here, which is it's called Souvenir. So I'm going to go in and tap into that. And just do a little bit of green on my bottom lash line. I changed my mirror. I'm just going to put a little bit of green. And I'm smudging it out just a little bit, and I need to do inner corner highlight too. So there's that. And I'm going to show you again how you can go from using this dark of a shade to using a lighter shade using the same brush. Okay, that looks pretty good. Hopefully you guys could see that. I don't know if I was bent down too far for you. So I'm just going to use the color switch, take my brush through there, and then I'll show you. There's nothing on my hand. I mean, nothing on my brush. My brush is clean. If there's something on my hand, it's probably because my hands are stained. Okay, now I'm going to use the actual highlight shade as my inner corner highlight. Just going to pick up some of that on the brush, and I'm just going to dab that right here. Dab, dab, dab. And then do it on the other side. Dab, dab, dab. And there we go. And I usually take my finger and like just press it just a little bit. I feel like that makes it look a little bit more better. So that is the finished look. I'm going to zoom you guys back out so you can see it better. Okay, that is the finished makeup look. That is not my hair though, guys. This is not how I'm going to wear my hair today. I'm going to actually fix it, I promise. That is the finished makeup look though. I hope you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me. And like I said, so far this palette is really, really good. I am enjoying it. I love the way it smells. I feel like it blends really well. I haven't used the lip product that much. I've used it once and then my lips got burned and now I can't use it. So can't tell you much about that, although it is a lip product that's been out for a while. So it's not a new lip product. The palette itself is what's new. So all the other products are things that have been on the market for a while. So I'm pretty sure all those things are perfect. I didn't even try the mascara because I have so many mascaras open right now that I'm like, I'm not opening another mascara. And I know I like that mascara. So far so good with this palette. I feel like it's really good. I feel like it's one of those palettes that you could take with you to travel and you'd have almost everything you need. So I really enjoy it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions, and if you have any suggestions for what I can do for my lips, that would be helpful too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.